In a small village nestled in the mountains, there lived a young monk named Kaito who was known for his attachment to his precious possessions. One day, a wise old master decided to teach Kaito a lesson that would change his life forever. Before we dive into the story, if you find value in these kinds of stories, please subscribe to our channel for more Zen stories, wisdom, and teachings. Your support will help us bring more inspiring content to you. Kaito was a young monk who lived in a small village nestled in the mountains. He was known throughout the village for his attachment to his precious possessions. He had a beautiful ceramic vase that he treasured, a soft and cozy blanket that he loved to snuggle up with, and a delicate tea set that he used every day. One day, a wise old master named Akira came to visit the village. Akira was known for his wisdom and teachings on the importance of non-attachment. He noticed Kaito's attachment to his possessions and decided to teach him a lesson. Akira approached Kaito and said, "Kaito, my young friend, I see that you are attached to your possessions. This attachment is causing you suffering. Are you willing to learn the wisdom of non-attachment?" Kaito was curious and eager to learn, so he agreed to follow Akira's teachings. Akira took Kaito on a journey to the mountains, where they walked for hours in silence. They reached a beautiful meadow filled with wildflowers, and Akira said, "Kaito, I want you to pick your favorite flower and hold it in your hand." Kaito picked a beautiful red flower and held it in his hand, admiring its beauty. Akira then said, "Kaito, now I want you to let go of the flower." Kaito was hesitant, but he eventually let go of the flower, and it fell to the ground. Akira said, "Kaito, watch closely." As they watched, a gentle breeze came by, and the flower was blown away, disappearing into the distance. Akira said, "Kaito, your attachment to the flower caused you suffering when it was taken away from you. If you had not been attached to it, you would not have felt the pain of losing it." Kaito understood the lesson, but he was still attached to his possessions back in the village. Akira knew this and said, "Kaito, let us return to the village. But remember, the wisdom of non-attachment is not just about physical possessions. It is about attachment to thoughts, emotions, and outcomes. We must learn to let go of everything that causes us suffering." When they returned to the village, Akira asked Kaito to give away his precious vase, blanket, and tea set to the other villagers. Kaito was hesitant at first, but he eventually let go of his attachment to these possessions and gave them away. As he did, he felt a sense of freedom and peace that he had never felt before. He realized that his attachment to these possessions had been causing him suffering all along. From that day on, Kaito lived a life of non-attachment, free from the burdens of attachment to possessions, thoughts, and emotions. He became a wise and compassionate monk, teaching others the wisdom of non-attachment. The moral of this story is that attachment causes suffering. When we are attached to something, we are afraid to lose it, and this fear causes us pain. But when we let go of our attachment, we find freedom and peace. Non-attachment is not about giving up things we love, but about not being controlled by them. It is about living in the present moment, free from the burdens of attachment. I hope you enjoyed this Zen story. Remember, the wisdom of non-attachment is a lifelong journey, and it takes practice to let go of our attachments. But with patience and compassion, we can find peace and freedom from suffering.